What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Cantina Corner podcast. I'm your host, Adam, here with my co-hosts, Cody and Nick. As always, we're at full capacity, so grab yourself a beverage, grab yourself a seat, get fucking comfortable, and enjoy the show. As always, this episode is sponsored by Rep Sports, the owners of Ray's Energy Drink. If you use code Cantina Corner, that is in quotations, Cantina Corner at checkout, you will save 15% on anything that you buy. Great products, great choices. Definitely check those out. What's up, boys? How was your weekend?
It wasn't bad. When you just did that, all I could think of was laser.
Laser. Fucking Dr. Evil meme. No, honestly, it wasn't a bad weekend. We're just gonna kind of bullshit today. We trying to look up some stuff. Really couldn't think of anything really like hard hitting to talk about. So we're just gonna kind of do one of our rants and raves and fucking, I don't know, just chill and hang out with us, I guess. Shoot the shizzle. Shizzle my nizzle. Shizzle gizzle gets a car. And my tiny little nipples went to France. No, the only thing big that, not big because it was a fucking joke, but that happened this weekend that I wanted to talk to you guys about. I know we kind of discussed it prior to getting this started, but the glorious Logan Paul Floyd Mayweather boxing match. Obviously, we all knew. I don't know if Nick knew because he really wasn't. I don't know. Were you paying attention to it much, or like?
I mean, I heard there was gonna be a fight, but other than that, I didn't give a shit.
Okay, well, yeah. I mean, I was keeping track of it. I was debating on buying it. I knew it was gonna be a fucking like waste of money, but I like wanted to like just see it just to see it because I was like, what if he does catch him with one good hook?
It's funny because that was I did see a video today on Twitter of Floyd talking shit about just how easy it is to just make money off these kinds of things.
Yep.
And you're exactly why. But you didn't do it. You didn't pull the trigger. But
No.
that thought process is exactly like he's like, what did he say? Something about like he's a legalized bank robber or some shit. Like,
yeah, when he sees an easy heist, he's gonna take it.
Yeah. And I just listen to this, I'm like, this is hilarious. Like, and all these people like just give their money to him.
Well, that's the thing is I think about that every time he's done one of these exhibition matches. When I think about paying for it, I'm like, he's literally just in it for the money. I know it's stupid, and then I remember, like you said, him saying that, and I'm like, I'll just wait for the highlights tomorrow. It's not that big of a deal. Like, I don't need to sit through the undercards. I don't even know who the undercards are.
I will say I didn't know Ocho Cinco was fighting. I wouldn't mind watching that just to see it because I mean Ocho Cinco is sweet. So.
See, I didn't even know he was fighting because I didn't look at the undercards at all. Like all I cared about was this. But the pictures that I saw from the undercards, there was bloodied faces. Like there was actual like after boxing like aftermath. And then you look at this and it's just two sweaty dudes, and I'm like, no, like I want carnage. So I wish I would have seen that, but I saw the highlights and I'm glad I didn't pay for it. But it's funny when you bring that up, Nick, because Floyd Mayweather has said multiple times, and he said it again yesterday. Everyone's like, are you going to get back into pro boxing? Are you going to get back into fighting? Why do you keep just doing these exhibition matches? And he's like, if I can keep making way more doing these exhibitions, why the hell would I go back to like pro fighting full time? He's like, he's literally just a money man. And that's why he's Money Mayweather. And I can't knock him for that. I could talk shit all day that he's just raking in cash and it is what it is. But I mean, money's money. He's fucking way more rich than I'll ever be. So, I mean, hats off to you, bro. But here's the statistics I want to run by you guys to see what you think. Because this, I mean, I'm not surprised, but it's just funny. So Mayweather, right? Jabs, 7 of 14 landed. So he got 50% of his jabs in on Logan Paul. 36 of 93 on his power. So 39%. Total, he was 43 of 107. So 40% total. So 7 of 14 was his jabs, which is 50%. Then you go to Logan Paul, 7 of 73 for 10%. He only landed 10%. Then you've got power, 21 of 144, 15%, and then the total was 28 of 217. So I mean, he was legitimately trying to get at Mayweather, which I commend him for. Like, it wasn't like he was holding back and like, trying to like dance around him and shit. Like, he was trying to fucking hit the man. Like, he had almost triple his numbers in every category. So I mean, I give him that. And I did see some actual connections with like some of the highlight clips. Like, he actually hit him with an uppercut and then a right hook. Like, he caught him, and I understand probably Mayweather's not even fucking trying half the time, whatever. But I will say, as much as I hate Logan Paul, the dude's got a chin. The hits that he was taking, except I know Cody, you mentioned prior to this that he got fucking knocked out, which I
He
did
did.
see. He was completely out of it. And Mayweather fucking held him up. But I mean, the like other hits besides that, I mean, he was taking them, and he wasn't
Well,
stuttering
he's
from it.
double his size.
I know, but I'm just saying, still, from being a fucking YouTuber who's just getting into boxing, who's
Yeah,
fought
but you
another
got to
dude-
remember, dude, he was a state level champion wrestler.
I
Him-
understand
like
that.
him and his brother were going to states for wrestling. It's not like they're just pussies.
I didn't
As much
say
as they are
were.
douchebags, they're not pussies.
I didn't say they were. I'm just saying. I knew he was a wrestler because I've heard Joe Rogan talk about it, and it's the only way that I knew. And actually, after this fight, which I'm not surprised, Logan Paul was talking about how he wants to get into an MMA fight next because he's more of a grappler, obviously being from his wrestling pedigree. So I mean, I can see that happening, but I don't know. That would be more interesting to watch. Just
That's a
because
different ball game, though.
it is.
He might legitimately
is.
get his ass beat.
Well, yeah, because there's strikes.
Those guys are a
and-
different animal.
they're
They
not
won't.
gonna
They
hold
won't
back.
put on like a show. Floyd's all about the show.
Yeah,
You know,
no, they're-
you put him in
they're
there
gonna-
with McGregor. McGregor might, tear him a new asshole.
Oh, McGregor would turn his asshole inside out, just because McGregor's about respect, even though he likes money. I mean, and the only thing that I hated from this, and this is the last thing I'll say about it, because I don't want to go into it too much more, is that they were like, oh, Logan Paul went full 8 rounds and Conor McGregor couldn't, and I'm like, it wasn't the same type of fight.
Yeah.
I'm like, when McGregor was fighting Floyd, like Floyd was fucking trying because McGregor is a pro fighter.
Well, sure.
Not 100%, but he was trying a lot more than this.
I watched that fight, dude, and Floyd was just kind of dancing around the first few rounds, and then when it got later, Floyd turned it on and kicked his ass.
Well, yeah, he was
Pretty
trying to tire
handily.
him out. That's what everyone said. He was gonna tire him out and then just fucking beat on him in the end.
I think Floyd's just way better than people give him credit for.
He is.
I mean,
He's
he
a
is
great
undefeated,
boxer.
is he not?
He is,
It-
but he still gets shit on like he's not one of the greatest of all time. I mean, the
It's
dude,
kinda-
sometimes it's like the guy has ultra instinct and he just knows a punch is coming before it's thrown and he just dodges it.
Oh, it's disgusting.
Like those
If
numbers
you-
don't surprise me, especially for a guy who's, I mean, I don't know how many fights Logan Paul's had, but who's
This is
probably
his
been doing
third.
this like a year, 2. It doesn't surprise me that he only connected on like 10% of his fucking jabs. Because
Oh,
he
I
fucking
understand.
probably telegraphed every single one of them.
Well, when you watch it, I mean, Floyd's literally like a fucking fluid ghost.
Yeah.
Like,
And he's
just,
fucking like 45 years old or some shit.
yeah. He's I think he is 40. I think he's actually 40 on the dot from what I read. Which there's
Thought
like
he
a
was older
20
than
almost. I mean, there's almost a 20-year difference between them. Is
Yeah.
what I read on there.
20-year difference in how much a pound.
It was like 35-pound difference.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. But I mean, it's in the books. It's over with. It's done. They made a shit ton. I know Logan made like 20 million on that fucking fight, which is retarded.
I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Nicholas, your opinion, bigger waste of Adam's money, the Logan Paul Mayweather fight, or
Which
whatever her name is, Belle Delphine's bathwater? Go.
Oh my god.
Belle
Oh,
Delphine's
shit.
bathwater was like $36. This fight was $50. Go. No, I don't want to hear Adam. Don't talk. I want to hear this from Nicholas. Go.
I just, for the record, I did not pay for either.
I know, but you wanted to do both.
Yes.
That's a tough choice, you know. That is, oh man.
That's a debate right there.
I think I'd that's
I'd
tough
have
to
more
say.
respect for you if you bought the bathwater. I got to be honest with you.
Really?
I think
I
that's where
would-
I'm going.
I'm leaning almost the other way just because I'm like, at least it's somewhat sports related, not some weird ass.
At least one
somebody's
broke the
used
internet, dude.
Bathwater, like,
No.
I mean, yeah,
It
there's
probably
a lot of
wasn't even
weird dudes out
bathwater,
there.
dude.
Probably wasn't. It's probably some fucking, I don't even
Tap
know,
water
just
like
some nasty
Dasani.
shit.
And Aquafina.
She's pouring it through. She's got a Brita filter too,
Yeah.
so it's just filtered
Dude,
water.
if
like-
she could hold her hand out there and have it just drip into the mason jar, technically she bathed her arm. It's bathwater.
I mean, I know it's a video and videos can be fake, but she was in a swimsuit in the tub, fucking
Who
jogging
I'm
them
knows
up.
if
sure
that's-
she was.
Who knows if that's the jar she ended up selling? She could.
I understand that. At least I would have walked away with something to keep from fucking spending that money. Okay. And I would have had a story to tell with it other than like, yeah.
What's the
spend-
story? I bought
Honestly,
bathwater on the internet.
Either story is stupid. Let's be real.
No, when someone's like, oh, would you buy this weekend? I'd be like, Floyd Mayweather and Logan Paul fight. They're like, oh, I bet that was a mistake. End of story. No one cares. Someone's like, that's a jar of water with a fucking game controller on it. What? Belle Delphine bathwater? And I'd be like, sit down. Let me tell you a story about the internet. And then I could go into a whole discussion about it, how it became, what happened with it, selling out. Like, there's a whole story.
It could take like 5 minutes to tell.
Yeah.
First of its kind. First of its kind.
I'm sure it won't be the last.
Listen,
No.
it's not like I was looking to buy someone's sweaty socks, okay?
What's
What's
the difference?
It's a closed jar. I can't smell it.
What? I don't know. It's just retarded either way.
It's got a flavor seal on the
Oh
side.
man, all right. You are something else.
Hey, you know me, man. I ain't got no shame.
Hey, usually I'm fine with the weird stuff you're into. And that one, it's bathwater. Like,
I'm a
I just
collector.
gotta scratch my head on that one a little bit.
I'm like the married couple from The Conjuring. All right, I collect weird and odd artifacts, and I keep them locked in my basement. All right. So that way I can protect the rest of the world from the evil that's out there. I hoard the
That's
evil.
what it is. He's doing it for our protection.
The holy bathwater.
I have my basement blessed weekly by a
With that
priest,
bathwater.
with the bathwater. I had to get the bathwater blessed before I even fucking put it in the basement. All right, who knows what fucking evil, dirty shit's in there? God, that's a throwback. You know what's funny? That was the first episode of the podcast that I did that solo when I first fucking finally just pulled the trigger on this. And funny story, I was nervous as shit to like start recording and do this because I was like, I don't know if I can do this, man. Like I want to. I don't know if I have the balls. I'll be honest. I was like, how can I sit here and talk to myself? And I just sat there and I had like 2 huge stiff drinks, and then I was like. And that's why I picked Belle Delphine, because it was the only thing I could riff off the top of my head. And I was been drinking, and I was like, fuck it, I'm talking about her. And then an hour and 20 minutes later, that was the beginning of Cantina Corner podcast.
It started with Belle Delphine.
Me drunk talking about bathwater.
Now you have to buy the bathwater.
She doesn't sell it anymore, man. She actually, speaking of Logan Paul, she was on an interview on his podcast.
Yeah, I saw a clip of it and how much she makes on OnlyFans. Fucking
it's gotta be
stupid.
insane.
Monthly,
bro. She's cracking fucking mill.
Yeah, it's insane.
Yeah.
A month.
That's just on subs too. That what they were just asking how much on subs. Not even tips and all that shit. There's a lot of Adams out there in the world, dude.
Well, yeah. Leave it
Listen.
at that.
What were you gonna say, dude? Go ahead.
No.
Listen.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say she's got that weird, like, I could see a lot of weird dudes into her, and now nothing against Adam, but it's only because you said it first before I could say this.
Dude,
it
lay it
sounds
on,
even
man,
worse, but she's got that, like, little child look, and weird dudes are into that shit. Like, she looks like a little preteen, like, teeny bopper or something.
Listen,
it's no wonder she makes that much money.
So now you're calling Adam a pedophile.
No, that's why I couldn't say it, because you said your comment first. I'm like, this is gonna sound like I'm calling Adam a pedophile. Straight up.
Listen, I appreciate the hustle. Okay, I support the hustle.
No, that's what it is.
That's what it is. It's the anime factor. That's what it is.
That I can see too. Yes,
Because she has that Japanese, or what does she have? She has someone actually like dub her videos, doesn't she?
No, when she talks, but like her music videos are somebody else. There was only one music video where she actually sang herself, but most of them are another person singing.
Oh, okay,
I feel like we're talking to the fucking human encyclopedia on Belle Delphine.
Yeah, we are, dude. That's why I'm asking questions.
You can ask him anything about Belle Delphine, and he'll just pull it up like that.
There was only one video, actually.
It was actually
out of 2.
I remember you showing us the one, Dicky Die High or whatever the fuck. That's like the only part I remember.
That's the one where I was just like, this is pure pedophile material. I'm sorry. She looks like a little teeny bopper. Like, this girl is not even hit puberty yet.
Dude, the second one's worse.
I could imagine it. She probably got a bunch off that when she's like, let's get sluttier.
Listen, you know what? No, it's bullshit because it ain't no different than what fucking half these fucking teenage superstars do as it is. Like
that's the thing. They're teenagers, dude.
She can do what she wants. I'm not saying anything against. I'm just saying
woman.
I see the weird appeal to
she's
weird guys.
She's legally an adult. Guys. She's like fucking over 20 years old. Okay,
yeah, but isn't she British?
No, she's actually from fucking Africa.
Oh, so she's French. Even worse, dude.
I'm just saying, she's from fucking Africa. Then she moved to the UK. I'm not getting into my info about this. All right, I'm not helping my case.
Was she from a part of Africa that's owned by France?
I don't know. I didn't go that deep into it. All right, to my credit, I did not go that deep into it.
Well, Africa doesn't really own itself for the most part.
I know that.
It's fucked up when you think about it.
It is really.
We're in 2021. How are they not giving up control over those?
Because it's got so many fucking natural resources. Look at the Elon Musk's Teslas and stuff and what they make the batteries out of. All those mines in Africa. All the terrible things he does for that shit.
Yeah,
there's a reason it sucks because Africa is it's a beautiful continent and it's got amazing natural resources. And the rest of the developed world just treat it like fucking garbage.
Yeah.
Treat the people there like absolute garbage.
I recently found out that he fucking promotes dictators being in power there because they fucking suck Elon Musk's teeth.
Oh yeah, they do exactly what he wants because they give him that money. Yeah. And
what sucks too is well, not sucks, but I find it funny. Everyone's like, I drive a Tesla, save the environment. And it's like, you don't know what you're doing. It's like, do you know what it takes to make that fucking battery that lays underneath the entire underside of your car? I was like, there are children in dirt holes right now to make that shit for you.
They do look sweet though, and I do want one.
Oh, I want one too. But I'm just saying, when someone says I'm doing it to protect the environment, it's
I agree with you.
If you know what it is and you want it, by all means, you know what you're getting into, just like every other car. But when you try to get on your fucking high horse, it's like, no, shut up.
Yeah, it's a great idea for a car, but the means about going about it is just awful. But I was gonna ask though, do all the Teslas have that ugly ass front end where there's just no grill? It's just smooth.
Yeah.
I can't get over that. I was hoping there was a model that at least didn't have that, but I can't get over it. It's so weird just being just solid
closed off.
There.
Yeah.
I think, and I'm just pulling this out of my ass, but if I was to guess, it has to do probably something with the self-driving feature with sensors and shit. That's probably why it's closed off.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
If I was to guess, because if they have no need because it's an electric car and they have no need for ventilation and shit like that, and they get it by other ways, then it's probably for sensors.
Probably. It's just I can't get over the look. It's so weird. Some of them look sweet until I get to the front end and I'm like, I'm just gonna get one and just cut out the front. Fuck those sensors.
I just see you go to a Tesla dealer and you're like, ooh, and then you walk around the front, you're like, whoa.
like the dude from Star Wars Pod Racing. Die!
Everything is good, and you get to the front, and you're like, I spit on you.
I know they would look dope with a Porsche front end.
Yeah,
they look pretty sweet.
I just love that you can customize the horn by anything you put on a USB.
Yeah, that's true. You can do that.
That clip that's been going around where he's like, sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit. I watched someone put that on their horn.
I did. I saw someone put that sheesh thing on it. Every time he drives by a chick, he honks the horn. Sheesh.
Cat calling from his car.
Pretty much.
The other one that was funny, it was one of the first ones I saw when that trend was going around TikTok, was it was like, what are you doing, step bro?
No surprise that came up on your TikTok.
I'm a man of fine art. What can I say? Art is in the eye of the beholder.
If you had a chance to buy any car right now, what would you buy?
Me?
Yep.
If I had the chance to buy any car, it would either be
street reasonable. I'm not talking Bugatti or something.
Yeah, no, I was thinking actual street legal. It would probably be a Ford Raptor, because I love those and they're fucking.
Hey, look at my truck.
Dude, those things are disgusting. Say which I hate Ford,
Squeal
but
like a pig.
you buy a Raptor, that thing is nasty. I would
It's
either
like
get
an
a Ford.
$80,000 truck.
I know, but it's normal street legal. You see them a
I know.
lot.
I know.
I would get one of those, or I would probably get the top of the line Tesla. Maybe either if I was going German engineering, because I'm a huge fan of German engineering, it would either be a Mercedes S600, the best one that they have, or the BMW 750 series, the best one that they have, whether it's the IL or LI. I don't know what they're doing anymore, but one of those.
What about you, Nick?
Cars are sexy. Oh, so good. I don't know. That's tough. I was sitting here thinking item was going through, and I'm like, that's tough. Like, because there's a couple I'm looking at now I want to get because I want to get a manual again. But if you're talking about like just get one, like somebody's just like, one. Here's the keys to whatever car you want. Like, just pick the car.
Yeah.
I've always loved Lamborghini Murcielago. I always thought that one was sweet looking, and I love the way I know all the bodies are somewhat similar, but that one just was like fucking. I forget what Need for Speed it was in that I first seen it, and then from there it was just like, if there's any like that for sure is my like default answer anytime that question kind of comes up, because that one I know like I would love that car. That car is just beautiful.
You don't want an Aventador like the doc.
Those are sweet too. Hey, I mean. No, I don't want to step on the docks, turf.
Not the
I'll let him have
dude.
that. Yeah,
dude, you got
that. So.
You reminded me of Need for Speed Underground, my favorite Need for Speed game back on PlayStation.
The best, dude. That one was the best, dude.
That's what made me. I thought a 350Z was gonna be my first car, dude. That green metallic 350Z that bitch drives. I was like, "Yep, first car I'm buying." Didn't happen.
It's such a nasty car. That game was so good.
What about you, Cody?
So good.
I think. So I've always been like an Aston Martin guy, but they're so expensive and they're not built very durable.
Yeah, who wouldn't want a James Bond car?
Exactly. They're just sexy to look at. It's probably what I would do is just park it in the garage.
It's just class.
Yeah.
But I think like realistic car, it would either be a Nissan GTR Skyline or a Porsche 911. I've always loved 911s. And I think, like, honestly, if I ever, like, saved up the money to get a really nice car, that would be, like, the one I go for. Because they're just so sexy. It's just a classic fucking Porsche look.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure they've won, like, most durable car, like, the last 5 years in a row or some shit like that.
Dude, you should talk to Alan because he's Dr. Alan Grant.
Dr. Alan Grant, yeah.
No,
Alan's got a Porsche, doesn't
he? Yeah, he's a huge, like, aficionado for Porsches, and I've been in his Porsche. When he came over the one time, just like while I was in town, like stop over and say hey. He was like, "Oh yeah, I got the Porsches." And I was like, "Yeah, let me go see it." And we walked outside, and I don't know what model it was because it was late at night, and I'd already had a couple of drinks in me, and I was like, "Oh, actually," it's like, "Let's drive down the street and check it out." And when I got in that thing, it was fucking tan leather, beautiful. I mean, he was just fucking down, just shifting like crazy, and it was just a beautiful car. I don't know if I doubt it was 911, but he loves Porsche. Like he's big into Porsche muscle cars. And if you ever get a chance, Cody, if he's around, if you talk to him or you have a chance to run into him, get in his fucking Porsche. If you like the 911,
get in his fucking car.
Even if he says he can't give you a ride or anything, just get in his car. Who cares?
Just make sure, Alan, if you're listening, Cody is not microchipped. He just wants a ride.
That reminds me, one time somebody randomly got in my car on accident. I was like, it was really weird. I was waiting to pick up an ex-girlfriend from work, and I was parked out front. This dude just came in, got in my car, closed the door, and turned and looked at me, and I turned and looked at him, and we're both like, I'm like, what the fuck? And he's like, oh, sorry, wrong car. And I was like, oh, it's all right. And he just got out and left. This is fucking weirdest thing ever.
Thank God it was pre-COVID, dude.
Oh my God, I know, dude. I would have been infected.
It would have been great if you would have freaked out. Like,
That's all. Like, I think about it, I'm like, I was extremely calm. This dude could have been a rapist or something. He wanted my butthole.
Like, listen, there's a back alley. Move the car.
That's what I was thinking when you were telling that story. Is like, you should have looked at me and like, you should have to hunt people down. This is great.
That would have been fucking great.
That would have been really awkward, dude.
It was really weird.
I can imagine.
The look on both of our faces were like, neither, like, you shouldn't be here, and he's like, I shouldn't be here. Like,
You imagine if you're like sitting there eating takeout and you had like extra like Taco Bell like burritos or something, and you're just like mid chew, and he sits down, you're just like, huh? Like, well, since I'm here, and you just like befriend someone just eating Taco
We
Bell.
become best friends.
Well, I mean, I'm here, so I'm not gonna say no.
That'd be
Dude,
funny.
I think I've almost done that once. Like I think I grabbed someone's like door.
Befriended somebody in a car
Yeah,
randomly.
yes, over Taco Bell. Yes. I had we orally exchanged services, but no.
It's really funny that you say that, dude. Nicholas has done that through a Taco Bell drive-thru.
Yeah, this is true.
What?
Yeah, I mean that's just the most random connection you just made, and it happened.
Details.
There's really nothing to it. Like, I mean,
Was there
it's
hot sauce
exactly what it
involved?
sounds like.
How
No,
hot?
This is while I was driving up to get the
Through
food.
the drive-thru, not after, not
Oh.
before. Through.
It was a through and through. I like it.
through.
The drive-through oil change, dude.
Clean entry, clean exit.
Yep.
I like it. Driveway oil change. Beautiful. Jiffy Lube. That's what we call that. The Jiffy Lube. You just
That's what it
in and
was.
out.
Yep.
God, I want some fucking Taco Bell now. I know it's like a horrible decision at like 9:40 at night.
No, it's
Oh,
not.
yeah.
Taco Bell sponsor us.
Yes, please, Taco Bell.
Fourth meal. We didn't forget about fourth meal.
Nicholas didn't forget about fifth meal either.
I was just about to say, I was like, we'll invent fifth meal, just sponsor us.
Little did they know I was getting fifth meal while getting fourth meal from them.
Jesus Christ. I mean, I'm already sitting here drinking Mountain Dew. I need a burrito, okay?
Baja Blast.
Oh, Baja Blast. Oh. What?
Just the way you said that, it sounded hilarious.
Baja Blast. Oh, thank you for calling Shitty Walk. How may I take an order,
Yeah, that's what it
please?
sounded like the South Park dude. Welcome to Shitty Airline.
Dude, I just saw that episode and I saw the one, what was it, a couple of days ago, where I've been going back since COVID and just rewatching every season, every episode, because HBO Max has all 24 seasons on there.
Yeah.
And so I've just been burning through them because it's just something funny. When I wake up, I eat breakfast, I throw on like an episode or two of South Park. I wake up, have my coffee, start with a laugh, and then I go on my day. It's like a perfect, like just like mental prep for the day. And
Must be nice, dude. I gotta get up and go to work right away. Fucking bitch.
I am working. All right.
All right,
Working on my
college boy.
degree.
Yeah.
But it was the episode where the Japanese steakhouse comes into town and Butters is sitting there passing around flyers, and he goes into the city walk and he was like, oh yeah, come and thing. And he was like, what the fuck? And he like runs over there and he's like yelling at him. He's like, what are you doing? You putting your shitty Japanese steakhouse in my town? And he was like, what are you talking about? And he's fucking yelling at him. And he was like, you don't come into my territory with your shitty sushi. Fucking. And the Japanese dude looks at him and he's like, oh, I would understand you if you could speak English. He's like, I speak English, you asshole. It's like, what was it that set him off? He was like, well, maybe people wouldn't come over here if you weren't serving the shitty kung pao made out of cat. And then that's when he fucking jumps him and they start beating the shit out.
South Park's fucking great, dude.
It is great.
Dude, and I am not trying to be racist. That is exactly, if you've never seen the show, that is exactly how that episode goes. It's how they talk. Like,
people know South Park, dude. You don't have to explain it.
I don't know. There's some people that have tried to cancel South Park in the past couple of years, and it's like,
and those people have failed.
That's never gonna happen.
But I'm surprised you guys never saw, by the way, with South Park, that 6 days to air, that documentary I showed you guys the other day. What'd you think of that? With like how fast they just pump those out, like literally like 20 minutes before it has to air, they just leave it out.
I don't know. The whole time I was just stunned that Bill Hader used to be a writer on South Park.
That was pretty cool.
I was just like,
that
what?
Was pretty cool.
For a good chunk of time.
Yeah. Like recent, like not that like long ago was still doing it. I guess weird to me.
Yeah, because they'll usually have like 2 writers outside of like their normal crew that they have there, and he was on there for quite a while while he was doing SNL. Like he was tag teaming both of that.
It's pretty baller.
The dude is hilarious.
He is fucking funny.
Yeah, and I'm sure he put input into a lot of like stuff with episodes and whatnot, but in that 6 days to air documentary, it didn't seem like he was coming
he
up
was just in there to laugh.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm sure they don't show us like how they like filter in all the. They were just showing like the main jokes of the scenes.
Yeah.
You don't want to give too much away, dude. I mean, they have gold, literally.
Oh yeah, they do, and that's the beautiful part. Is honestly, South Park today is a godsend, and I hope more people watch it or go back and watch previous episodes like I have, because the way the world is today with like fucking COVID, and they've got COVID episodes. Like the last 2 episodes they did were like standalone hour specials with like COVID related, and they're fucking hilarious. And but their stuff on social commentary to me is better than like anything you can get from Family Guy or anything like that. Like honestly, it hasn't been this good since The Simpsons, and to me, it's better than that because they're more vulgar, so they could take it that extra step. But their social commentary really puts a lot of things into perspective, and they're fucking smart with what they do. Yeah. I mean, they really like, they'll be stupid about it the whole episode, but they like throw in the shit where you're just like, oh, like that does make sense. And they have like an actual serious moment. Like one of the characters is like talking about something in society, like we need to stop doing this and this and this. And you're like, oh fuck, like that's real. Like it's funny, but like real at the same time. It's perfect.
Yeah.
They're geniuses.
Pretty much.
Nothing hit me more than the WoW fucking episode, dude. Playing video games. Sitting in your mother's basement.
Dude, you know what's sad is the guy, there was a guy who cosplayed that dude who was killing everybody, the one who was sitting there like this.
With the potato chip, and he just knocks it off, dude.
That guy. Well, there was a guy who looked exactly like him. He shaved the top of his head. He built like a full roll-on desk. He went to World of War or BlizzCon, and he walked on during their what was it? Their cosplay tournament. So like everyone came on, showed their cosplays, everyone voted on it and cheered and all that stuff, and then they voted the winners. He came up with a roll desk. He had the whole fucking computer and everything. He had the dragon on there, all that. He had the exact outfit, the shaved head, the wristband thing on, and then he just sat there and he was like clicking, and then he'd like shift and he'd click, and then he like stopped and he like did the chip thing, and everyone was losing their shit. That dude died like 2 years later, and fucking Blizzard, the company that made World of Warcraft, as well as the community behind BlizzCon, actually did like a memorial service online for that guy, because he was like the cosplay of cosplays when it came to the bridge between South Park and Blizzard. It was amazing. Like the fact that it was just natural causes. Like he's just, I mean, he was like in his like I think he was like in mid 30s, mid 40s, but he just died of normal causes. But he looked exactly like him.
Normal causes, dude?
I don't know.
Are you considering like cancer or something of normal?
Yeah, like what is your definition of normal causes, dude? If you're 30 and 40, you don't die of natural causes.
He was beheaded.
He was tired.
His head just fell off while he was sleeping.
He's
all
tuckered out.
All right, hold on. I will pull it up for you. Okay, you fucking assholes. Blizzard Southpark.
What do you have, a heart attack?
Natural causes.
He's died.
His name was Jared Naden. It says Jared Naden, a member of the Blizzard family community known for his South Park World of Warcraft cosplay, has died. BlizzCon host Michael Morrow, who met Naden in 2013, shared the news on Twitter Sunday afternoon, adding that Naden had died due to COVID-19, not natural.
No.
Wait a minute. He died in 2013? Is that what you just said?
No, he met him in 2013, but he had died of COVID-19.
So he just died last year.
This was the official tweet. It says, today, the at Warcraft and greater Blizzard community lost one of its sweetest souls of COVID-19. I met Jared in 2019 when I asked to take a photo with him and stupidly grabbed and broke the Rockstar energy drink that was glued to his desk and his prop desk that he had. I was mortified and Jared couldn't stop laughing. I felt awful, but he gave me a hug and we became friends. In 2014, my first year hosting the convention, we met up and recreated the moment we first met. Jared had a fantastic sense of humor and was an advocate for cosplayers, body acceptance, and positivity. I always enjoyed seeing him online at conventions throughout the years. Jared was one of the fucking best. It's not fair. Rest in peace, Jared, you beautiful soul. BlizzCon won't be the same without you. Thank you for making an impact on my life and so many others. Tonight, we raise our thumb drives of the Sword of 1,000 Truths in your honor. We will never forget you. Like, it was just beautiful.
What was his last name? Jared what?
It was
Nader?
Jared Nandin, like Nandin, Jared Nandin. Look up the picture so you guys know what I'm talking about. Jared Nandin.
I know what you're talking about. I remember it.
Yeah.
This is not the guy.
Would you go on a porn site?
Sinead O'Connor, dude. Is that what you got?
Oh, I see him now. No, not Sinead O'Connor.
Tell me that doesn't look like the exact fucking scene.
Okay. No, I just wanted to. I was just looking at him.
Oh, okay.
Just
Well,
checking him out,
trying to look at him for him, dude.
Yeah.
Looking at the man behind the cosplay.
Yeah, I want to understand the man.
I mean, it was just cool. Like that to me is cool. Like that's why I'm so excited for eventually when we go to the Star Wars convention, when we finally go to that.
I can't wait.
Oh.
You know what? No, that's not cool. Fuck Blizzard, dude. Fuck Blizzard. They do something like that, but when that one player of theirs said something about Hong Kong, they completely shut him down and did all that bullshit there. Fuck Blizzard.
I'm not advocating Blizzard. I'm advocating the community behind that go to these things because they're the ones.
Okay, but you did say Blizzard and the community, and then said it was.
You did.
Cool.
That's pretty
Fuck
true.
Okay, fine. You got me there, but honestly, you know what I meant because I hate that whole anti-China shit that they fucking did. Or not.
They cracked down on that shit so hard for no fucking reason. Like,
I know they did because everyone is in bed with China when it comes to money and everything else. I get it. I'm just talking about the fact of the community and the fan base. I want to be a part of that because they're the ones that made that a big deal. Like Blizzard might have thought it was cool that he did that cosplay, but they wouldn't have gave it two fucking afterthoughts if the whole community didn't love it as much. They wouldn't have tweeted about that. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Then it would make money.
Fuck Blizzard, dude. I don't even know about this Hong Kong situation, but fuck them.
Dude.
I don't remember. It's been a while since I read about, but one of the players in their
Pro Overwatch League. It was either Overwatch or StarCraft.
Something like that. Was he tweeting about Hong Kong? Was it tweeting about it, or was he like
protest?
wearing something during one of the it was around that time. It was a while ago though.
He tweeted about it. It was when the Hong Kong protests were going on, and he tweeted something in support of their protest, and Blizzard removed him from the league, cut him from the team, and deleted all his information, and everyone lost their fucking minds. And then Blizzard came out and publicly apologized and then did the same thing again on another team for another game that they have.
Sounds like the NBA.
Later. Yeah.
Yeah.
It did the same shit.
I'm telling you, that's why COVID got released, but I don't really want to go down that road.
I mean, we already touched on it a little bit, so but yeah, so Blizzard's big obviously in Asia, whether it's South Korea, China. I mean, fuck.
Isn't it crazy how big cosplaying's gotten? Like cosplaying has taken like just itself to another level I just didn't even know was possible.
And a huge part of that is honestly a big reason that people have brought their attention to it is because of the female cosplayers who've made very like attractive cosplays.
That's sexist, dude.
Well, yeah.
No, I'm just saying.
I'm just kidding.
Misogynist pig, but you're not wrong.
You're a piece of shit. Absolutely right. But that's what brought a lot of people's attention to it because if normal people who aren't into cosplay see a bunch of dudes, they might think it's cool, but they're not going to dive more into it. But when they see these women do cosplays, which there are women that have, like Jessica Neger, for example, she is overly sexualized, but her cosplays are fucking amazing. Like what she does is phenomenal.
Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Yeah. Jessica I remember her. That's the chick you wanted me to see when I was in New York. When I was at New York Comic Con, you're like, you have to go to her booth. And I do remember me and Mason walked over there and her line was fucking like so long just to get like a photo shoot with her. And I was like, I don't need to see her that bad.
Look, both of you right now, look up Jessica Neger World of Warcraft cosplay and you will see what I'm talking about. She did a World of Warcraft Dragon Cataclysm from the Cataclysm expansion cosplay. It is insane. And she did it. I mean, she gets a lot of concept art drawn and then she builds it off of that. So she'll have like really good artists draw a concept and then she'll go off of that and build it completely from scratch. So she not all the time comes up with the idea herself, but she builds it herself, and it's phenomenal. And you get the combination of someone who's skilled and attractive. You put that together, it brings people in. And I commend him for it because the cosplay community is fucking insane right now. The past couple of years,
TikTok's made it explode even more. You see it a shit ton on TikTok. There's a chick who literally, like, she builds her entire page off wearing the Slave Leia outfit, but with Boba Fett's helmet. Like, she's never revealed her face. She just wears Boba Fett helmet in every video, but she wears the Slave Leia in every video.
Oh yeah,
and she just does that for her content. I mean, I follow her.
I do too.
I mean,
I don't know TikTok. So.
I actually think I might butcher her name, but Tay Miller. Do you follow her on TikTok?
I don't know.
She's like a normal chick who just does like cosplays for fun, but she's like fucking good. Like she posts like actual content, not just herself in these costumes, but like she'll like post like when she orders stuff to make them, the process of her doing them, and then like the final results and stuff. And some of them are fucking impressive, dude. It's like how?
Oh, I know. I've like the only person that I've actually watched do like the stuff to make it is like Jessica Negri, because she's the one that I've been following for a while. So when she posts a video of like, this is how I did it, and she time lapses it using heat guns and like melting shit and forming it in styrofoam, and it's like she'll take a piece of styrofoam and turn it into something that I thought was made out of metal. And it's just styrofoam and all this like highlights and like LED lights put in, and I'm just like, holy shit, like it's impressive.
No, it is. Especially when you see it in person. I remember when I went to New York Comic Con, like some of the cosplays of people just walking around. Like there was a dude I remember, it was one of the coolest one I seen. He was dressed up like the dude from Kingdom Hearts, and he had like a giant key, and it was just styrofoam, but he was just like, it looked fucking sick. Like from a distance, it didn't look like styrofoam. I mean, when you got right up there, you could tell, but it was dope.
Dude, even my dad cosplayed. He did.
That's true. Your dad did a very good cosplay. We should post that actually.
I will. I'll share that because he's got a shit ton of followers on his fucking his Instagram with his cosplays and stuff. Because he did what's his face from Deadpool. God damn it, what was his fucking name?
Is his name Gary?
I don't remember the dude's name. I know you're talking about, but I don't remember the dude's name. I haven't seen that movie in a long time.
It's bad that I'm looking it up like this. Deadpool diabetes, because I remember he said he had type 1 and type 2. Peter, that's who it was.
Peter, that's what it is, yeah.
I had to type in
the normal guy. I just saw
like,
the application. I love him.
I saw the ad. Looked like it was a good time. You're in. Like, and then Benny, his taxi driver's in the background. He's like, son of a bitch. He's been asking to get in. But my dad, he's like, I have the shirt. He bought tan pants, a belt, the shoes, and then he just bought the actual goggles. Like he looked up the legitimate, like the goggles they use in the movie, ordered them off Amazon, threw them on, threw a backpack on, and just went to a convention. And people lost their shit. Everyone who was dressed as Deadpool was just jumping on him.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, Sugar Bear. And I mean, it's just like, he's been getting, because he posts a lot of his bow staff videos from his black belt martial arts. Have you seen the ones that he's been doing where he like practicing bow staff? The people that he's met through these conventions are trying to convince him to do a Gambit cosplay because of his talent with the bow staff.
That'd be
and
dope.
I was like, you need to do it. I was like, you
That'd
just need
so
some cards. You know, the bow staff. We'll get you a trench coat, the headband, the 80s look. Like, it'll be fucking legit. So we're actually in the process of looking up the pieces, and we're going to put together his Gambit cosplay.
That'd be sick.
That'll be sweet, dude. Gambit's always been one of the sweetest.
Oh, yeah.
That dude's badass.
Yeah, because the guy that he met, it was actually a all-black cosplay convention. It was meant majorly for black people to go and cosplay and do all that stuff, but everyone was welcome. So he ended up going because he met some people from a prior convention. And he said it was a blast. He loved it. And there was a guy there, and I know you guys will appreciate this, who was cosplaying the Prince of all Saiyans, but he merged Prince the artist and Vegeta and put them together. So he was the Prince of all Saiyans.
That's hilarious.
And it looks amazing. Like he's actually in shape and everything, but he's like Vegeta with like the purple and all that. It's so great.
That's good. The creativity is great out of cosplaying.
Oh yeah. I love the gender bending too. Like when people turn male characters to female and female to male, like it's really creative and
Yeah.
cool to watch.
I still think cosplay is what gave Marvel the idea for the What If series.
Oh yeah.
'Cause,
100%.
yeah, they do that gender blending a lot.
Yeah.
Dude, I'll never forget. I mean, this is gonna be fucked up to say, but I don't really care. This is fucking years ago. I want to say like 10, 12 years ago. I went to Pittsburgh Comic-Con with my father and my uncle and my cousin Mason, who's been on the podcast.
Yeah.
And there was a friends group cosplayed as a Fantastic Four. And this woman was dressed up as Invisible Woman.
I already knew where this is going.
Oh man, could have wore a one piece, bro. Decided to wear a two piece. I mean, good on her, man. Good on her. But I will never forget my father looking at me and going, "Man, I wish you could turn invisible right now." I was just like, "Man, that's fucked up," but I get it. Like, that's a lot.
Elastigirl.
Yeah.
What
That's what we need, dude. I need a person who cosplays as the bitch from The Incredibles. Knuckaps.
You know, there's a theory out there for the original Incredibles movie because she was so anti-capes that obviously she didn't make capes anymore because of all the superheroes that she helped and they died because of their capes, right? Well, what's his face was a kid when she was still doing that, right? The main villain in the first one. And when there's a theory that he came to her to get his superhero outfit, and the reason that he has a cape is because she sensed evil in him some way and wrongdoing, that she was like, okay, you get a cape, whatever, because she knew it was going to be his downfall. And what happens in the end of the movie, his cape is the reason that he gets sucked in and killed. And so there's a theory out there that Edna is the real hero of the original Incredibles, because she foresaw that he was going to be bad and said, I'll give him a cape because that'll probably get rid of him eventually at some point. And obviously it's like an off the wall theory, but I was like, maybe.
People think it's some crazy shit.
I didn't know that was a movie that was getting its own fan theories. It's ridiculous.
It's actually a phenomenal fucking movie.
It is.
Truthfully, it is.
From story
for an animated movie, it's fucking fantastic.
I only seen the first one. I don't think I've seen the second one. I haven't seen the first one in a long time.
The second one's not bad, but the first one's a phenomenal movie, and the soundtrack is fucking top notch.
Yeah, it just brings you back to like that, like as a kid thinking of like comics and like superhero shows. Like it's just got that weird like nostalgia feel where like you just feel like back in that time period. You know, that jazz soundtrack with like the trumpets and everything. It's perfect. It's got that whole spy feel.
Yeah.
It's a well done movie. But yeah, I thought that theory was weird. And I mean, I've heard of some other Disney theories and Pixar theories that I was like, oh my God, like it's just weird. Like there was one about the movie Cars, you know, where they had what was it? That one redneck comedian who
Larry
played
the Cable Guy?
Yeah, Larry the Cable Guy who played Mater. Toe Mater. Well,
without the tuh.
There was a theory, a conspiracy theory for that movie, that he was like, okay, Mater was the junkyard guy, right? Well, what is a junkyard filled with? Car parts. Well, they're cars. So what is that considered? Body parts, right? And they say that no one's ever come through that town. Everyone always comes through, or no one ever comes through anymore, right? Well, they're like, there's a theory out there that maybe people do come through. Mater gets them and then rips them apart and throws them in the junkyard. So that's why no one's ever come through and bought anything anymore. So he's actually a serial killer.
Jesus.
I like that theory. I've never even seen Cars, but I like that one.
There's a whole theory. And I was like, well, technically, yeah, they are cars and those are body parts for them. So I was like, I get it. But like,
that's deep.
They're aware that they're cars. And I'm like, we're going in some weird stoner shit right now.
Isn't the entire Pixar like universe connected? All those Pixar Disney movies, aren't they all connected?
I've heard that.
Yeah, supposedly. Like if I was to look it up, I'm sure if I said all Pixar,
I know Alyssa has told me that before with all them that they're supposed to be, or the theory is they're all in one universe.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, if you look, like, I know at least obviously Toy Story and Bug's Life are both Pixar, but in A Bug's Life, when he's going to the city, there's the Pizza Planet truck parked outside of the trailer, whatever that he goes to the city. So,
dude, and
at least in that way, you know, those ones are again all Pixar. But
have you seen the new Toy Story yet? The newest one, 3.
No,
was that
4.
the one where they were stuck in
4?
stuck in the daycare?
That's 3.
That's
4
3.
is the one with 4 is the one with Forky.
4 is the newest one.
I don't think I've seen that one yet.
It's not bad. It's all right. I watched it obviously for nostalgia purposes. Like, it's fucking Woody and Buzz. I'll watch it.
Right.
But they're in like an antique shop, and literally the circus cookie, you know, the cookie carton that the circus guy in A Bug's Life uses.
Yeah.
It's literally sitting on a shelf. It's like, dude, that's the fucking circus thing from A Bug's Life.
Oh my God. Okay, so there's apparently, when I looked this up to see if all Pixar movies are connected, there's a new theory I didn't realize.
Uh-oh.
So you guys know that movie? I don't know the name of it. What was it?
Then we don't know it.
It was the one where like they were focusing on all the kids' like internal emotions. Like there was people controlling inside the brain. You know what I'm talking about? It was like one was anger, one was happiness, one was sadness.
I know what you're talking about, but I don't remember the name of that movie.
Because they're talking. Oh, Inside Out.
Inside Out. Yeah.
Okay, so
there was a
the
little flame guy.
Yeah, which was actually that was Lewis Black, which I thought was great because he was anger, and it's like Lewis Black is an angry son of a bitch.
Yeah.
But there was a character in that which was the child's imaginary friend, Bing Bong, which was like this like elephant or whatever. And I remember him from the movie because I just saw it recently with my girlfriend. But it says, according to Pixar theory, Monsters Inc. and Bing Bong, spoiler alert, Bing Bong in the movie dies because it's an imaginary character inside her brain, and it dies because it sacrifices
Never
itself.
Never seen the movie, dude. Thanks.
No. Trust me. It's okay. But Bing Bong dies in that movie, but it says, according to Pixar theory, Monsters Inc. occurs in the future. After humans are no longer in existence, the doors they travel through act as a time-traveling mechanism to help the world continue to gain energy. In a theory about Bing Bong, the elephant is actually a monster from Inside Out who used to visit Riley as a child, which Riley is the main character in Inside Out, the real human. It says, well, the latest addition to the Pixar theory is that Bing Bong was not actually an imaginary friend, but a monster who had visited Riley to collect her laughter energy when she was 3. As Riley grew, she simply remembered the friendly monster as her imaginary friend. So if this theory is true, even though Riley's memory of Bing Bong died, Bing Bong is still alive in the future Monsters Inc. world and traveling back in time to make other kids laugh. And it just goes on. And it's like, what? Like, how are we stretching this out? Like, it just seems insane.
It's 2319, dude.
Like, Monsters Inc. was forever ago, and we're connecting movies. There's a Finding Nemo theory.
What's the theory about that one?
Did you guys hear about that one?
No, dude. I was questioning on if they were even connected.
I'm just surprised that there's theories for these movies. Like, it's Star Wars makes sense because it's just there's so much shit going on and just the fandom and stuff like that. But this like
dude,
Disney movies and stuff is crazy.
Bro.
Well,
I just never thought like it's a lot of children's movies though. So it's like.
Well, first of all, I'm filled with useless information. Second of all,
we know that.
Yeah, I know. So this was great for podcasting, man. I could just spew bullshit out of my mouth all day. All right. But the Finding Nemo theory, you obviously both remember the original Finding Nemo.
Yeah.
Okay. So the original Finding Nemo theory is that obviously when he's with his wife, all the eggs, right, get captured and eaten by barracuda or whatever the hell it was, but there was one left. And so that one grows up, and then that one eventually, goes off the reef, and then he has to go find it and stuff like that. And then he runs into Dory, and Dory has memory problems, right? Dory can't remember fucking 5 seconds after she does anything, let alone 1 second.
Escape.
Well, yeah, escape. Well, the whole theory of this is that his son isn't actually real, right? There's a theory that the reason that he thinks he actually still has a son left is because all his kids got eaten and killed. So he had a psychotic break, and like imagine the fact that he had one kid left. And the reason that he thinks that kid left is because he imagines that it's not there. Like he almost like went back to reality and then he couldn't handle it, and then he sees like, no, my kid's got to be somewhere, I have to go find him. And the only reason that he can hang out with Dory is because Dory has such bad memory loss that she doesn't realize what he's doing, so she doesn't have the common sense to tell him what's going on, and so that's why they make such a pair and they go off on an adventure.
That's insane, bro.
It's fucking hilarious, dude.
That's
it's a clownfish.
so deep,
like,
dude.
It is.
That's so deep. Jesus.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I went through a deep dive one day on all this shit. It was like a deep YouTube night, like 2 a.m.
Disney theories. I need to know.
Yeah, just Disney theories.
Jesus, brother.
I mean, it's a dark one too. It's like he's like insane because he couldn't handle the fact that his kids are dead, so he like imagined one.
I mean, what's the theory on Disney always killing off the parents, dude?
There's never a father figure.
Yeah, what's up with that?
Or the fact that all Disney moms have a dump truck of an ass. What is with that?
They just like big asses, fat bottom girls. I mean,
the only mothers that survive have fat donkeys, dude.
Yeah.
I don't understand it. Even in the Incredibles movie, when she puts on the suit for the first time after she's been a mom forever, first thing she does is grab her ass and turn around and lift her leg. It's like she's looking at that ass. Like, what is Disney doing, man? Like, what is this fixation on these big booty bitches?
Well, you know,
you have problems with big booty bitches, dude?
I don't. I just want to know what their children company.
I mean, there is a conspiracy theory about Disney and sex being involved in every movie. So,
well,
yeah, we kind of covered some of that last year in our conspiracy theory podcasts.
Yeah.
And now I'm laying some new shit on you.
This is something we should have went through too, right after that.
Yeah.
The more tame
theories,
conspiracy theories. Yeah.
We were breaking down the CIA, dude.
And now I'm breaking down Nemo's
Finding Nemo, bro. That's what you're breaking down.
Finding Nemo, and
it makes me want to go watch it and just like imagine that that's the case the whole time. To be honest,
I'm here. Like, I heard 2 little ass theories. Like, the fucking turtle from Finding Nemo was in that fucking Moana or whatever the hell that movie is. I never saw.
Yeah.
In the very beginning. That's it. That's the extent of the theory I've heard that they're connected. And the fucking Bugs Life in Toy Story, and here you are. He's got schizophrenia.
Full personality.
Jesus, dude.
This clownfish is insane.
I'm just talking about him being connected. Breaking down their psychological thought processes.
Dude, I go deep into it, man. We put it in the man hours, like we said last episode. All right.
Liquid paper on bees.
It died.
Hopper was a nice guy, dude.
I think that's enough with Disney theories. I was going to type in more, but
I don't need to know anymore, dude.
My head hurts. But there's some crazy shit. Now, obviously, people think way too much into it, but
you think?
I'd say those theories are proof.
Yeah.
And what kills me is I've only watched it once, but I've like burned it into memory that I was able to recite it for you.
Like, yes, more. Like Kylo Ren, dude. More.
So how do they explain the whole scene in the dentist's office then?
I didn't go that deep into it. I just heard like that part.
That part doesn't matter, dude. It's confirmation bias, dude.
Exactly. The parts that don't conform to what they want, they just
it's like the Bible. Here's the main subject. What about this? We don't talk about that. Just focus on this.
You didn't know, dude? The little girl in the dentist, that was Boo, dude.
I think I've heard that before, actually.
I totally just made that up. But maybe it is a thing.
I haven't seen that little girl in a long time, so right now in my mind, it looks exactly the same.
When you said
that, I was like, confirmation bias. Right there.
It could have been the little sister from a Toy Story. I don't remember what her name is.
Oh, fuck, I don't remember either.
But speaking of movies,
I don't think she looks like Boo, though, from what I can remember. I don't know.
I don't know, dude.
I'm thinking about movies that I have not seen in like at least a decade. Like,
there was actually a huge update in movies recently. John Wick 4 had a confirmation that Donnie Yen has officially signed on with Keanu Reeves for John Wick 4, and he's actually going to not be a villain but work alongside him as kind of like another former assassin, kind of in the same situation as Keanu Reeves. So we're going to get
someone killed his dog, dude.
That's still a movie I have yet to see, and I want to see it.
Which one?
Of them?
Any of them.
What?
Yeah, I just have not been able to like come across them at all.
Dude, the last one, dude, Keanu Reeves put in so much work at like the range. Like he did.
I
all
remember
the
hearing
fucking
like
stunts.
a lot of shit about that, but I just
His
He's
3 gun.
nasty at a range now, dude. The videos, it's like this dude's like a legit assassin. Like seriously.
He does 3 gun, and it's disgusting.
mm,
Like his movements between fucking pistol to shotgun to fucking AR, he's just surgical. And like you watch his fucking reloads and everything. I mean, he's fucking 50 some years old. And like in the third one, when he's with Holly Berry, she went to the same range. And there's people that go to that range specifically to train. Like Kevin Hart just went to that same range to get trained there for the Borderlands movie, because ever since Keanu's been there, even though people have gone there prior, he's made it like the place to go. And the guy who owns the place there is like a top professional trainer. So he's well known regardless, but now that Keanu's been there, it's like over the top.
It's probably his third best acting performance of all time, dude.
Oh, it's phenomenal.
well, I mean, let's be real. His acting isn't necessarily like, we're not really watching his movies for the acting chops.
Dude, have
I
you
love
seen
Keanu, but
The Replacements, dude?
exactly, dude.
Come on. And it's probably his best performance was Keanu, dude. He played that cat perfectly, dude.
He did.
I don't know. I like his linemen that help him flip the other dude's car. They're pretty good.
The Replacements is a great movie.
Oh, it's fantastic.
It's not a bad movie, no. I'm just saying though, for being real.
Falco scores, dude. And he's
great
a Buckeye, dude. Come on. Played it.
I was gonna say he was great in Point Break, dude. Him and Patrick Swayze. That's a great movie.
And Speed.
Speed
Sandra
wasn't bad,
Bullock.
yeah.
We're discrediting our own comments right now. In my opinion, you watch Keanu because you want to watch Keanu. How he is, it's exactly how you want
Bill
it.
and Ted, dude.
I was never a fan.
The second one wasn't bad.
I just couldn't get into the whole, like, I don't know, just the characters they were playing. Other Keanu Reeves movies, though, I like them, but
The
just that one,
rip-off of Dumb and Dumber, dude.
I guess
was it before?
Yeah,
because Dumb and Dumber was kind of ripped off of that.
The first Bill and Ted was in the 80s, and then the second one was in the early 90s. I think like 92, something like that.
Dumb and Dumber was definitely, that was 90s.
Mid 90s.
Yeah.
It's kind of a rip-off of Bill and Ted, then.
It is.
But they did it better.
They did do it better.
Yeah, but Bill and Ted, I mean, it was good. And but yeah, I mean, I'm excited for John Wick 4. Nick, we're gonna have to have a movie night, like on Discord.
I want to watch those movies. I just have not had the chance to run across them. I don't have anything that has them either, so it's like,
I'll buy the 3 movie collection because I don't have it yet and I need it, and then we can watch it.
Was it 2 in the chest, 1 in the head, dude?
Yep.
2 pump jump.
Skill shot.
Dude,
you know what movie that's from?
It's that Steve Carell movie. I know that.
It is a Steve Carell movie.
Where he's a spy.
Skill shot. He's not a
spy.
spy.
I've seen it once. Like,
he's not a spy.
Oh wait, I'm thinking of the different one. Oh yeah, that's where he's with his wife and they're going out for the first time.
I want to say Date Night.
Date Night. Nailed it.
It is Date Night?
Yeah. Oh God, it's Kill Shot. Kill Shot. Turn it sideways.
Didn't they go to see like Mark Wahlberg, her like ex-boyfriend or something like that? He's like, "Why are you? Can you just put a shirt on?" He's like, "Why are you always?"
For the love of God, put a damn shirt on.
He's got all this money, nice cars and bitches.
He's got like that hot Russian girl. She's like, "Are they joining us?"
Oh, good stuff.
Gotta love it.
Yeah. Well, I think that'll about do it. I know I'm mentally spent, but I hope y'all enjoyed hanging with us and just our fucking conversations this evening. Well, depending on when you're listening, it's evening for us. But if it's, what is it from Bruce Almighty? Good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Wasn't that what he said?
And that's the way it was.
I'm the Bros Minister.
That's the way the cookie crumbles. Water gunkite. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this episode, hanging with us, chilling, whatnot. We will be having another one here soon. We'll see if we can come up with some new topics. If not, it'll be just another sit here, chat, bullshit with us, and hang out. But definitely follow on the Facebook page. Make sure you hit the subscribe button on YouTube. Hit that bell notification. Make sure you hit all notifications on that. I know I should have always said this in the beginning, but I always fuck it up. What are you going to get from me? It's been a long week. Don't say it, either of you. I already got to it. But we appreciate every one of you. If you made it to the end of this episode, I love all of you, and you have a great fucking week. Take it easy.
Peace.
Yep. See ya.